Hello. I know I shouldn't be starting another project, but this book has been just calling to me and I just have to do something with it today. I picked this up at the Mission thrift store, half price, so $1.25. It's going to provide me with so much materials to use. I love the cover itself. It's got the papery, linen-y feeling spine, and then these beautiful poppy images. I don't even mind just that, although I might cover the fact that it's an address book if I were to use it as a journal cover. But I picked it up because I've been on the hunt for like an Edith Holden book or something like that, and anything botanical. And this has a lot of these poppy images on most of the pages. They have that. But then every once in a while, there's something like this. So it's not exactly like Edith Holden, but it's similar in style. And I really like it. So I thought I would go through it and start harvesting some things out of it. I started to do it yesterday morning, and it crossed my mind that maybe I should do it as an altered book, but I can't see me, like with an altered book, the ones that I've watched on YouTube, you would like fold down a page to make a pocket and glue 2 pages together. Well, there's not very many pages in here that I can't harvest something from. So it's not a good candidate for that, but it's going to provide me with a lot of ephemera. And I think a lot of ephemera that people will like the red poppies, especially in November, will sell like hotcakes. Anytime that I've ever done with my jewelry, when I found poppy charms and made poppy earrings, they sold like crazy. Look at that one. I just love that. So I thought I would get started on this today and just show you how I attack harvesting a book, and what I do and how I do it and what I save and why. So the first thing is the cover page. I'm not sure if that's the correct term for it, but most books have this sort of page in the front. I'm going to leave that for now, and I'm going to go right into harvesting pictures out of the book. So this one, you always have the question that you have to ask yourself is like, which side of the page do I want? So there's one of these, which I could make a really nice sized journaling card with, or even a tag. I could cut it tall, but I don't see myself cutting into that medieval part. Or I can use this, which is not really as pretty in my mind. The subject matter maybe isn't as great. So not really sure what to do there. So when you're not sure, just go on. This one, I think I definitely prefer this over this. This is just like a melon or something, and it's whimsical and botanical, but this I just think is more interesting. You see that? Sorry. Just do this so you can see a little bit more of the page, the book. So I think I'm going to save this page, and I'll just start by just seeing how it rips out like this. Oh, the other thing that I maybe should do is look to see how these pages are held in, if there's stitching. And this has the ribbon even. That's another reason that you could use it for an altered book or make it a journal cover. I don't think this has stitches that you can just take out. Found a page that looks like it might be the center of a signature. Oh yes, there are stitches. So no sense in ripping each page out individually, although I do like the ripped edge. Just go at the stitches, and then you'll be able to get pairs of pages, which is always a little bit better, I think. Ouch. Just poked myself with my pokey tool. So this has got a deep valley here to get my knife in there. Pull that. I wish I had one with a little bit more of a hook. Actually, I think I do. Oh, here's one right here. These are dental tools that I picked up at a flea market, at an automotive flea market with my father. And there was a booth selling these. And I thought they would be great for a multitude of things aside from picking your teeth. They're not really that sharp for that. I think that's what their original intention was. But this is really hard to get to. There. This one has like a flat edge. It's not really sharp, but it's flattened so I can get it underneath and then just twist it up. I'm getting a little bit of damage on this top page, but I should be able to get the rest of the signature out without any damage. Okay, this one I don't think is broken yet. Okay, so those are all broken. Then you just got to lift the pages out. So then doing that, I can take this double page now and I can fold in and make pockets on each side, collage the rest, or yeah, because this has a lot of writing on it that you might not want. Now you could just use it like this and make an email list. I would probably collage this or put different paper here and put the pockets in like this, and maybe collage this as well. Collage over and just leave the poppy stuff showing. So I'm going to leave that as a double page, and I'll start a pile of my double pages because I'll do some I'll leave that way and others I'll show you what else you can do. So here we have the exact same page, only with a different letter at the top, obviously. So I'm going to pull it out. And what we can also do as a way to harvest is, I think because this is so close to the edge, I'm not going to re-rip it. I will just go down this side. And this border is going to be a little wider than this one because of this leaf. I don't want to cut it off. Like if I wanted to make it look more symmetrical, I could, but that leaf would get cut off, which I suppose now that I've got the ruler there, it's not so horrible. It's got a dragonfly even. And on the back side, I'm not losing much. The back side is just a little thing about medieval flowers, the hasting hours. I don't know. Like there's some information here that you might not want to lose, but I'm really after more the pictures. So I mean, tackle it a different day and I might have a different frame of mind, but this is my frame of mind today, so this is what I'm doing. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut the leaf off. And I'm just ripping. You could use your trimmer or scissors or guillotine, whatever suits you. I don't mind having one ripped edge. You could even do one jagged edge. Maybe the next one I'll do a jagged edge. So now this is perfect for a belly band or a bookmark or just part of a collage. Focal point on the edge of a page. You could put a ruffle up one side of it. Like there's so many things you could do with it. In fact, maybe I'll start a playlist for this because I think I'm gonna, because there's so many of them, I can show so many different variations to you. So yeah, this is kind of exciting. And you know, it's funny, I don't even really usually work with reds. If you know me, you know. So this one, I'm gonna do and leave the leaf. And then the next page that I'm coming, okay, well, let's deal with this first. We've got this left over, so I'm certainly not going to throw this away. This then can be inserted as a page in a journal, like as a signature, part of a signature, I probably would just collage on it. I don't think I'm going to want to leave the name, address, phone number thing, but I mean, you could leave it in the book just like that if you're selling or gifting the book, and the person could then do what they want to it. If they understand what a junk journal is, they'll know that they don't have to write names and addresses in there, but they can if they want to. They could collage, do their own art on it, or they could write right over top of it. So, I mean, I know some people don't get what you're supposed to do with a junk journal, and that would be part of when you're gifting something, sort of educating them on the fact that there's no rules, because some people want to know what the rules are or what you're supposed to do and stuff like that, but there really aren't rules. You're supposed to do what you want. So this page also comes out nice and easy, and I think I would want to keep this as a full page. Oh, we've got 2 good single pages here. I don't think I would use these even in the same book. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that in half. And I'm going to just do it with the tear, just a regular ruler, not a tear ruler. If I want to have fancy edges on either one of these pages in the future, I can. But I'll probably use them full page. I might cut the cream border off. I might cut the cream border off with fancy scissors. I doubt that I would cut this up for collage or this one, even though I don't know what any of this says. I just like it. I might cover up this writing, but probably not. I find it interesting. So anyway, I'll put that with these full single pages. And I'll be, like I say, I'm going to have so many piles here before I'm done for all the different ways that I think of as I go through. Back to my page here. So now on this next one, I've got another one of these to do with what I want. Actually, 2 more of those. I just really love that image. And then another one of these on this side. So a lot of these are, some of them are 2-sided, some of them are 1-sided. Yeah, this is, I don't need this stuff. And I've got a full page over there. This would be a good place to collage or add a different picture that goes with. They can also be flip outs. So if I took a single page or left a bigger, if I left a bigger border on this, because what's on the other side? It's pretty on both sides basically, right? This one's only pretty on one side, but this one's pretty on both sides. So what if I go like this? Give myself another ruler thickness. So about here. What I'm thinking, I'm lining up the line beside the 5 with this bottom line so that I'm pretty straight with my tear. So what I'm thinking here is that this could be a flip out. You get a little bit of room to write a list. You got the pretty picture, and then you flip it from the side of the page of a journal. You flip it out, and then you've got the pretty page also on the back. And then this might be, in this case, where I would collage to cover up the name, address stuff. But you've got a little place here to either write or put a list or whatever. but you've got yourself a little flip out. Can still be further decorated, but so that's another pile to start. And then what's left here can go in a long skinny journal maybe and be folded in. Like if I go like this, then that can be a page. Actually, I'd want to do that again so that I've got that list thing happening. So I'd want to fold it just beside the email word. It's kind of crooked. I've got too many score lines there now. And my bone folder is missing, so I'll use my scissors. So then this could be in a tall skinny journal, which I've started to do some signatures for tall skinny journals. You could either glue this down, or you could make it a pocket. Well, it's too close to the inside to be a pocket. You could make it a pocket from the top though. Or you could leave it as a flip out and put something else on top of this. And then there's lots of journaling space at the bottom. And then you could put something else on top of each side of this. So that becomes a page in a tall skinny journal. Or it could be in a regular journal, just a skinny page in a regular journal. So I'm going to put that over there with the flip out one. And then let's see what we want to do with the next page. And I want you all to know that I am making this up as I go. I've been thinking about it a lot, but I didn't come up with a plan and write out a script and decide what I'm going to do beforehand. I'm just doing this as I go. So the other thing you might want to do is harvest like letters and stuff. I've done that a little bit with my music paper, where I'll take my my little 5/8 circle punch, and like my husband's last name is McLaren. So I might be able to use an M, right? And then there's an M on both sides on that one. So that would go into my little box where I'm doing my ATCs and stuff like that. So for little tiny bits of ephemera. So I could start a little pile of that. I've got a little box here that I can use to put stuff like that in. And so since I've done that, I might as well do the P as well. We've got a lot of Pats, Patricks, Patties, and Patricias in our family, so I'll save a P as well. And then you could also save other little snippets of, stuff like the little wording. There's a little bit more interesting stuff I find on the music paper, but now let's do one with a torn edge, and I'll use my tear ruler if I can find it. There it is. It likes to hide on me sometimes. So with this, you're going to get a more casual look that can be inked up lovely. They can both be inked, but I really like the way a torn edge looks when it's inked. And so you get that torn edge instead of a straight edge. And on this side, again, I would probably cover all of this. Or this might end up as a pocket that you have a cutout here, and then you don't even see this because they're going to have so many of both of these. I'm sure I'll be able to sacrifice some of them. But I would be more inclined to use one that's plain on the back, then I'm not losing something. This can become a journal card. It's wide enough, or a tag. They're going to be awfully tall tags if I make them tags, but you could also fold up about here and make a tag with a pocket on the back, because this being upside down doesn't really bother me. Or the other way that you can do a pocket is do like a double fold, but I wouldn't want to lose the dragonfly. Do something like that. Include the strawberry in the front. It's not a strawberry, it's a poppy, but it kind of looks like a strawberry. So you could do a double fold up like that to create a pocket in there. But I'm enjoying this. I don't know about you guys. It might be a lot of nonsense to you, but I'm really enjoying this process. So then here I'm going to do the same thing. I've got the same situation with the little bit of plain lines. I like to salvage those whenever I can because it's great little lists. This could become a list pad. So I've got 2 of those now, the same. And then this, because it has those cutouts, I probably would take that off and it becomes a different size than the others, but I'll leave it for now. I don't need to do that right now. And then back to our spot. We got Q, which is an interesting letter to use, to salvage, to harvest. Oh, and there's an MC. I definitely need that because it's McLaren. It's so much more than just an M, isn't it? When it's an MC. There's a Q. Another, an M and an MC. I'll save those. And even if I leave those holes and decoupage over top of it, like collage over top of it and just make that hole disappear when the time comes to use the page, that works too. So here we're getting again the same images. Let's see if we can find where we might get a different image. I think I'm to the end of that signature because it's different now. It's stuck or something. So maybe I need to find another signature center. Kind of can see them. The only problem with it is you can't see the stitching because it blends in so well. I should have found these and marked them before I started the video. I think this is where it's glued in. Let's rip this up and see what happens. So there's another one of those poppy images. Yeah, I'm not liking how this is going on me. Let's see if we can find another signature center. I like having the option of having center 2 pages together. There it is. It's blending in so well I can't even see it. So bear with me. And if anyone has any tricks of how to do this a little more efficiently, I would love it if you would put it in the comments so I can learn your trick, or try your trick. And this is working, but it feels a little awkward. It feels like there might be an easier way. You know what I mean? Oh, darn. Darn it all. Hopefully it's just the top page that ripped. There we go. Oh, and there's a J. I can use the J's. And K for my sister. And then this is just those same pages again, so I'm not gonna fuss with that too much. We've seen that before. What we're looking for is something different, right? Get those J's and K's again, but I'm not going to take that J because it'll ruin this. So you kind of have to look at both sides before you do anything. Definitely want the K's. I got a Kim and a Kelly. A couple of Kims in my life. One is my biggest fan. One of my oldest, bestest friends. And one is newer in my life, but she's been here for a while. So I really do like this page. It's got like raspberries or something and some other language, but I think I will separate that from the other page just along the fold line. Put it with my other single pages. So we've got the raspberries, the apple tree. I think it's an apple tree. The botanical, and the neutral one. So we've got 4 good ones so far. And then more of these single pages that I don't know for sure what I want to do with yet. Come up with any new ideas yet. Now this one has 2 of these images and a bunch more of the writing. I may just leave that full page for right now and focus on this. So this looks like, oh, I was going to say pear tree, but they're not pears. They've got like a little weird top on them. I wonder what kind of fruit that is. If anyone knows, fruit or flower, let me know what that is. And if anyone knows what language this is, I would love to know what language it is. I might be able to tell by a Google search or something, but I'm going to save that page as a single page as well. It's a little bit large for a journaling card, although this one and some of these other ones might be able to too. You might be able to like rip it in half and get 2 journaling cards that you use in the same book. But the other thing you can do with these larger images is make a writing board. So a writing board is for when you have a junk journal that's full of a lot of bumpy, lumpy elements and you can't really write in it because the page underneath is too bumpy. You can use a writing board to stick in behind the page you want to write on, and it gives you a smooth surface. So you'd use your thicker cardstock for that, like maybe some of the back pages from a notepad that are really thick. You might use that way. And I've thought of collaging on them to make a writing board, but then it's going to be too bumpy again to write nicely, nice and smooth. So if you had a big image like that one, you could make a writing board with it, and it would just be this glued onto that heavy cardstock and then maybe backed with some coffee dyed paper or something. You could do a 2-sided writing board too. But that might be something to use a page this size for, because a lot of our journals are an 8.5 and 11 folded in half. I think that's a very, very common size of notebook because everyone is using printables. Well, not everybody, but the people that are using printables, a lot of the pages they're using are 8.5 by 11. So they're folding that in half, and that's the size of their journal. So you could maybe cut or tear around the edge of this and make your writing board just a little bit bigger than your journal, and it can stick out with a tab or something. So that would kind of be one way that I would think of using that larger image, because sometimes people have trouble finding ways to use the larger images for sure. Now this one, what does it want to do? Is it the outside edge? It seems like these signatures aren't very many pages before you end up having to rip to get them out. So I do want this page. Let me see if it's part of a different signature. Really kind of hard to find them, the centers. I do want that as a single page anyway, so maybe obviously go in this direction. It just seems like there's only a few pages per signature. There it is, I think. Yep. You can just barely see the texture of the thread. The color blends in perfectly. I often do my signatures with a contrasting thread color. But I guess in a real book, it's not the focus, right? It's not part of the design. Well, I guess it is, but being in the background quietly as a choice by whoever designed this book. This flat one does work better. It's just that it's not really cutting, it's just lifting and tearing, which open that up further. Maybe it will help. It's nice, heavy thread. It's not an old book, so it's not delicate and easy to tear, whereas when you're doing this with a really old book, it's often a lot easier. There we go. So now that's given me one of these kind of normal pages. They're not too exciting, but this one's exciting. This is really pretty. Morning Glories, maybe. See how they're closed up and then opened? Something like that. If someone knows for sure what kind it is, it might say here. It's in a different language, so I don't know what it says. So I'm going to save that as a single page. Yeah, because I can always attach it to another page if I want to put it in a signature. I can always use a strip of paper or some washi tape to attach it to another side. So that's a good one. And then this is just another one of those same images. You got lots of those now. So if I do a playlist, I'll call this the Harvested Poppies playlist, maybe. And so that you can see all the different things that I make out of these pages and images. If this is your vibe, you might want to see more. So there's another single page. Those are really pretty flowers. My mind thinks camellia, but I do not know. So if you know, let me know. It's pretty. There's some butterflies or moths. Oh, flower, bee or fly. And I think these are like caterpillars. Yeah, caterpillars. They're very pretty. Oh, there's another one right away, an iris. I know that one. And is this a different signature? Yeah, this one feels like it's part of a different signature. So let me see. Oh my goodness, rip it out. They are ripping out fairly clean. I can always re-rip that edge. I probably would be trimming the border in most cases anyway. So iris must start with a D in this other language. I don't know. I just know that I'm going to be able to use these. I just can't wait. In fact, I might have to do one real soon here and start another video. I love that there's a lot of dragonflies in these pictures too, because I'm really a dragonfly person. My mom loved dragonflies, so it means a lot to me for that reason. And these, I'm not sure, violets maybe. I think because of the leaves, that looks like a violet leaf. Pretty. And let's see what else. Oh, there's some great pages of just notes. So those will be things I will use in journals. This is something that you could leave whole. And even if you covered this up and used it as like planning anything, you could change the title of it. You know, YouTube videos I want to release in January and different ones in October for Halloween or whatever. So you could use that in a planner that way. Let's go back to the front half of the book and get more of those single pages. I'm gonna leave that. I think that first one we came across, I really didn't like it that much. That's why I keep putting it off. So there's a good single page. That looks like maybe pine or something with the little cones and the piney leaves. So I can see using a bunch of these. Oh, that didn't go so well. But I don't think I lost anything important. I might use a bunch of these neutral ones all in the same book, and then some of the more colorful ones in a different book. These ones have a simple vibe. I don't recognize that plant unless it's teasel. These look to be like more of a stylized drawing rather than an actual true representation. I don't know of any plant that has leaves that look just like that. But I don't know all the plants either, so. And here I'm ripping right beside the strings, which I probably should have just taken the strings out. But again, I'm not losing much there. I've still got the poppy image, which is what I really want. And then I can just do that. So this one I could see doing 3 little tags or journal cards with these. So I can get a tag here with angled top. I can get a tag here with angled top because to me, I don't need to see the writing. It doesn't mean anything to me. And I can get another one here with an angled top. That's not a picture, a full page picture that I would likely use full. I would probably cut that one up. Oh, I like this one. So let's see how this tears out. Much better. And that's got some sort of a tuber, gooseberry or something like that maybe. So I'll go ahead and tear out the rest of these pages that are all the same. You don't need to watch me do that. And then when I come back in the next video, we'll be making something with some of these. So I hope you'll tune in. I hope you enjoyed seeing me struggle through this book deconstruction. Yeah, I tackle it different every time I try it. I'm not an expert at it, so I'm just sort of figuring it out as I go. But because this book has the ribbon and the nice spine, I do think that I might use this cover to make a journal in. It may have some of these pages in it, probably only a few, and then a bunch of writing paper and different decorations. So do follow along. I'd love to show you what I end up doing. There's no plan in my head yet, so I can't tell you what I'm going to be doing. But thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and have a great day.